So we have George Lewis, AKA the Waterman. So I'm going to read his bio here for a second. And he's up there. Let me find it, where to go. So George Lewis, better known as the Waterman, was born in New York City and grew up in New Jersey. After graduating from Wagner College and serving in the Army, he played professional baseball for several years in the Boston Red Sox organization. George was a stockbroker, mostly with Merrill Lynch, until he retired in 2000 while living in San Diego. In 2002, he moved to Florence, Oregon, and immediately joined Rotary for the first time. His real passion is to help the less fortunate around the world. The Rotary Global History Fellowship recently named him the first charter member of the Heroes, which honors those Rotarians whose deeds and dedication to the ideals of Rotary are recorded for posterity. He's a major donor level 2 and a member of the Paul Harris Society. The trustees of the Rotary Foundation bestowed George with the prestigious Citation for Meritorious Service Award, and he's currently a member of the Rotary Club of Lakewood Ranch, Florida. So I'm going to turn this over to George. And if everybody would mute, do not, except George. So it's all yours, George.
Ready, okay. Life should be an exciting adventure. You should wake up every morning and say, Rotary, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve, to help the less fortunate people in the community and around the world. You know, I think most people join Rotary because that's exactly what they want to do, but many Rotarians, like many people, they really, really want to do something, but they just never get around to doing it. Why is that? I think the reason is that they're in a box. I call this a conformity box. Now, people that are in a conformity box, they don't like change. They fear failure. They don't like to take any risks. But you know what? Most people that are in a box are happy. So I don't have any problem if you're in a box as long as you're happy. But if you want to soar like an eagle, you got to get out of that box. And in order to get out of that box, you have to be able to do one very important thing. You have to be able to take action on those things that you want to do. Well, you say, well, you know, that's easy. I can do that. Well, in reality, it's not easy. Let's say you go to the doctor and you're 50 pounds overweight, and the doctor says to you, you know what? If you don't lose those 50 pounds, you're going to die. You say, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want to die. So immediately you say, I'm going to go on a diet. And when you go on a diet, you think about all the great things that are going to happen when you lose this weight. I'll look better. I'll feel better. I'll have less chance of a stroke or diabetes or even dying. My friends will be saying all these fantastic things about me on how great I look. And you can go on and on and on with all these benefits. So why do people that go on a diet, they don't lose the weight? The reason is they don't look at the other side of the equation. I call these rotten, stinking deterrents. They want to sabotage your goal. You got to look at these things, eliminate them, or at least get rid of them or minimize them. So if you want to lose weight, you got to give up pasta and dessert. You got to get on a treadmill or walk around a block 10 times. You got to give up beer and martinis. So if these things are so powerful that they overtake the benefits, you're not going to lose the weight. So if you really want to do something, you got to take action, the right action, and get rid of the negatives. Let me give you 2 examples. When I was growing up, all I wanted to do was to be a Major League Baseball player. And I must say, with all due modesty, that I was pretty good. In high school, I was all state. In college, I was all American. In the Army, I was all Army. And when I was in my first year in the Boston Red Sox organization, I led the entire organization in home runs. I said, I'm on my way. I mean, I'm going to make it. So one day I'm playing, and a manager comes up to me and he says, hey, George, I want you to do me a favor. We got a new bonus baby just joined us, and I want you to be his mentor. I say, what do you mean mentor? I can't hardly take care of myself. Why? I can't do it. He says, come on, George, do it. You can do it. I said, okay, what's his name? He said, Carl Yastrzemski. Now, for those of you that don't know baseball, Carl Yastrzemski became one of the best baseball players in the history of baseball. He's in the Hall of Fame. So he becomes my roommate. So one day I get up, I hit a home run. After the game, I said to Carl, we got to go out, Carl. We got to go celebrate. He says, no, I don't feel like going out. What do you mean you don't go out? I just hit a home run. You're my roommate. He said, okay. So we go to the restaurant, sit down, and the waiter comes up to me and says, what do you drink? I said, I'll have a Budweiser. I said, Carl, what kind of beer you want? He says, no, I don't want a beer. I said, what do you mean you don't want a beer? You're a baseball player. All baseball players drink beer. He said, no, I don't want a beer. I said, what do you want? He said, I have a Coca-Cola. Okay, he gets a Coca-Cola. I'm having my beer. A fan comes up to me. He says, George, nice home run today. He buys me a beer. Another fan comes up. He says, George, nice home run, a beer. I'm drinking beer all night. Get to the ballpark the next day. I can hardly see. My eyes are bloodshot. I said, I don't know whether I can play. I look out in the outfield. Here's Carl. He's doing sit-ups and push-ups and sprints. Needless to say, he made the major leagues, and I didn't. And I look back at it. I look back at it all the time. And I said, you know what? I really blew that. I did not take the right action in order to make my goal. And I still think about it. Back in 2006, when I was in Oregon, I was just about to become president, and a lady came and talked to us at a Rotary Club about installing stoves to the poor Mayan Indians in Guatemala. She asked for volunteers. I had never done anything like that before. So we volunteered at the Guatemala. I mean, I walk in, the people are living in these little huts and dirt on the floor, no windows. They have, they're cooking, they got 3 stones on the floor. They put the wood on the stones, and that's how they cook. That's how they keep warm. But they didn't have any ventilation, so you couldn't see a foot in front of you. And young girls, 13, 14 years old, they got babies strapped to their back. You know these babies are going to get sick, and some of them are going to die. So we install a stove, put a thing through the chimney, and all of a sudden, they could see everything in the room. It was wonderful. So one day I'm outside, I'm putting a stove together. I'm on my hands and knees, and I look up, and here's this girl. She's about 13 years old, and she's got this huge smile on her face. And I know what she was saying, even though she couldn't talk to me. She was saying, thank you, Rotary. Thank you for saving my life. Saving the life of my mama and my papa, and my sister and my brother, and all the people in the village. Thank you. Yeah, so I got up and off my hands and knees. I go over to her. She has this huge smile on her face. I give her a hug. And after that, I look in her eyes and I says, you know what? This is a life-changing event for me. These poor people, I says, I got to help them if I can. And you know, when you do a grant, you have to have a Rotary Club in the country and a Rotary Club outside the country. So I said, is there anybody here from a Rotary Club that I can talk to? And they say, oh yeah, here's Juan Carlos. He's a big man in Guatemala. So I go up to Juan Carlos and say, hey, Juan Carlos, I'm gonna be president of my club in a few months. What can I do to help your country? He says, if you can supply clean drinking water, that would be great. The kids are drinking the dirty water. They get sick and dying in a horrible way of dying. I said, I'll do it. I'm flying back to Oregon. And I said to myself, what did I just promise? I don't know anything about doing a grant. Our club had been in existence for 50 years. We had never done a grant. I don't know how to do the paperwork. I don't know how to raise them. All these negative thoughts are coming through my mind. And then I pictured this girl's face with a big smile on her face. It overwhelmed me, and I said, I'm going to do it. I go back. I call up a friend of mine from another club. I said, you know what? My club's going to do a humanitarian grant. We're going to supply clean drinking water to less fortunate people in Guatemala. He says, that's fantastic, George. That's fantastic. Well, how much money you going to raise? I said, I had no idea. I know he wanted me to say a big number. So I said, $10,000. He says, no, George. No, that's not enough. You got to raise $25,000 at least. I said, $25,000. Our club has hardly any money in our budget. He says, you just can do it. I said, you know what? I was a stockbroker. I asked for money all the time. I said, I could do it. So I got all the emails of all the 72 clubs presidents in the district, and I emailed them. And I said, my club's going to do a humanitarian project, and I need help. I need money. And 2 weeks go by, I got nothing. I said, whew, this is hard. So I said, I'm not giving up. I said, come on, guys, I need money. We're going to do a great thing for these people in Guatemala. And all of a sudden, some money came in. And a little more money came in. And then all of a sudden, it was funded. And we supplied clean drinking water for the poor people in Guatemala. And I said, you know what? That's a tremendous experience. I'm going to do another one. And then I'm going to do another one. And then I'm going to do another one. And then all of a sudden, I said, you know what? I'm going to offer this deal to all the clubs in the district. And they start doing it. And then I started doing it with clubs outside of our district, and they start doing it. And then all of a sudden, Rotary came up with this, I don't know what they call it. Some of you have been in Rotary for a long time. You won't remember it, but it's called a pilot program, where only 100 districts can partner with each other. And I said, you know what? My district was not going to apply to do this. So I went to, I called up all my friends in Guatemala. I said, hey, don't do it. Don't your district, don't do it. Don't apply, because if you do, I can't work with you anymore. But they didn't listen to me. They applied, and they became a pilot district. So I said, I'm out of business. What am I going to do? So all of a sudden, I'm on my computer, and I get a message, I want to be your friend. I said, I don't want, well, who is this? I don't even know this person. So I said, in the garbage. I don't even know you. Next day, another one. I want to be your friend. In the garbage. When I got the third one, I looked into it. It was Facebook. I says, holy Moses, I'm looking at Facebook, and I'm seeing all these Rotarians from all over the world, district governors, and doing a project. I says, I'm in business. So I said, you know, I'm gonna help a country. I didn't know what country to help. So I said, I'm gonna help India. I picked India, big country with a lot of district governors. So I looked up all the district governors in India, and there were a lot of them. And then I looked at see if they were on Facebook. And then I said, hey, you want to be my friend? And they said, yeah, I'll be your friend. I said, you want to do a water project? They said, yeah, I want to do a water project. So I said, this is great. So I'm doing projects in India, and in Pakistan, in Lebanon, in Philippines. I'm doing them all over the world. Make a long story short, since 2006, I've been able to help over 2 million people to get life-saving clean drinking water. And I look back at that plane ride and I say, you know what? Those negative thoughts could have very easily overtaken what I wanted to do, and I could have just dropped the whole thing. So what it really comes down to is, if you really want to do something, you got to get rid of those negative thoughts, and you just got to do it. Several years ago, I was invited to talk to a PETS. PETS is where they train the presidents. People are going to be president the next year. It was a big PETS. It was in Denver, and I think there were 5 districts involved. So it was a huge PETS. So I gave a talk about water and supplying clean drinking water and how it helped and all that. And most people know that there's a problem with clean drinking water. So that's what I just said. It was just a talk. Then I said at the end, I said, you know what? You guys, girls, you're going to be president of your club. You have a once in a lifetime opportunity to do whatever you want to do in Rotary. You're going to be president. You're the king. You're the queen of your club. You can do it. And I said, if you want to do water, let me know. I'll find a project for you. I'll find a host club. I'll find people to install whatever you're going to do. I'll help you with the fundraising. All you got to do is say, I want to do it. So if you really want to do it, you want to get involved with water during your year as president, leave me your card. There must have been 350 president-elects there. Afterwards, I look, there's 140 cards. I said, holy Moses, that's unbelievable. So I got all the email addresses. I start bombarding them with information. I got a project here in India. I got a project in Lebanon. I got a project in Russia. I got a project in the Philippines. I got all these things. I can help you with fundraising. I can help you with the application. I got people to help you. I'll do everything for you. I'm bombarding every week. I'm sending them information. At the end of the year, when they had this one-time opportunity to do exactly what they want to do. And they told me that they wanted to do something with water. Out of 140, only 4 people did something. That means 136 presidents who had this fantastic opportunity. They did not take any action on something that they said they wanted to do. It's very sad, but it's life. That's what it is. One person can change the world, but they have to be able to take action. A few years ago, I went for my annual physical, and a few days after that, the doctor calls me up and says, hey, George, how you feeling? I said, I'm feeling good. I play golf 3 or 4 times a week. And the other times I walk around the block, I do exercise, I feel good. I said, why you ask? Excuse me, I'm coughing, but I felt good then. And he said, you shouldn't feel good because you lost half of your blood. I says, whew, well, what are we gonna do about it? He said, well, you gotta go to the hospital right now and get a refill. So I went to the doctor, the hospital, it took me a refill. It took me half a day to get refilled. I said, what's next? He said, well, we got to find out why you're losing this blood. So I said, okay, so you got to take a colonoscopy. I said, I just took one two years ago. He says, now you got to take one. Takes one, he calls me up, he says, you have colon cancer. I said, whoa. When you get told you have cancer for the first time, it changes your life. You look back at all of those things that you wanted to do, but you were just not able to do them. And you say to yourself, if I get another chance, I'm gonna do these things. I'm gonna do them bigger, and I'm gonna do them better, and I'm gonna do them now. Not next year, not next month, not next week. I'm going to do them now. You take that attitude in life about anything that you want to do, you'll be a better person. You'll be a better Rotarian. Your district will be better. Rotary will be better. And you'll be able to accomplish great things by taking action on those things you want to do, and you want to do them now. So what am I doing now? When I retired, I took an adult education course on oil painting. Myself and 19 ladies. And they showed us how to paint. And at the end, I really liked it. I liked painting. So I started painting. I paint with one knife, no brushes, and I liked it. But I did it for years. And I had all these paintings in my garage. So one day I took one of the paintings out, and I said, you know, I'm gonna try to sell this. I've never sold a painting, and I said I'm gonna try to sell this to a Rotarian on Facebook. So I could raise money for a water project or whatever, but basically at that time it was water project. So I said, what am I going to sell it for? So I said, I'm going to sell it for, I don't know, I said $500. They were pretty big, 16 by 20, I'm going to frame them. I said, $500. And when you buy it, the $500 goes into a water project and for your credit, so you get Paul Harris Fellow credit. And besides that, I'm going to donate another $500, 500 recognition points. So when you buy it, you get a new Paul Harris Fellow. I didn't know what to expect. 8 minutes later, I get a message on Facebook that says, I'll buy it. I said, whew, I'm a professional. So I run out in the garage. I get another painting. I put it on there. And I sold another one in a few hours. And I'm selling these things all over the place. And I said, I can't believe this. Then I'm offering it to clubs and districts so they can raise money in raffles and stuff. One club in where was it? Nigeria at a foundation meeting raised $6,000. And other clubs in the district meetings were raising $5,000 with raffles and all. It's not my painting. It's just an idea and a way of raising money and having fun. So I see Jack Clem said, I did his portrait. Right, Jack? Did I do your portrait? I can't hear you. So now I do pet portraits. In less than a year, I've done 160 pet portraits. And this is a deal. I sell it for $150. Of the $150, $100 goes into a Rotary cause. Presently, I offer them for Alzheimer's, Polio Plus, or a water project. You can choose which one you want to get. And it goes into those projects for your credit, so you get Paul Harris Fellow if it goes into water or polio. They're oil, they're 14 by 11 inches, unframed, and they're shipped free. It's a pet. And some people are going to be negative. Say, I don't have a pet. What do you mean you don't? So what? I don't care if you have a pet. Your friend has a pet. People in your family have pets. People in your neighborhood have pets. So don't give me that as an excuse. You can do it if you want. I had a club in Missouri. They wanted to raise money for shoes for poor kids, orphan kids. So I offered them the pet thing. They sold 10 pets portraits in like 2 weeks. So they raised $1,000. Let me show you my little boy Baxter. You see it? This is Baxter. It's fun for me, and it's a way to raise money. I know from doing a lot of water projects, the hardest thing on a water project is to raise money. And a lot of people decide not to do projects because it's so hard to raise money. I'm telling you, it's not hard to sell pet portraits. People love their pets. 30% of the pet portraits I do are from pets that have died. A lot of people use them for Christmas gifts. So you can do it. And that's why I said, if you have a project that your club's working on, I'll take the money. The $100 comes back to you. You can go right into your project if you want to do it. So it's just something different. I'm thinking out of the box. I'm taking action. And I'm 86 years old. When I die, these portraits are going to be worth a lot of money. I mean, look at what happened with Van Gogh. So that's it. Take action. Have fun. And you'll have a great life. And Rotary, I love Rotary because Rotary gives me that opportunity to do good. Thank you. I'll take any questions you have.
Hey, George, can you see, are you on the speaker view or are you on gallery view? Can you see John Cram's your picture that John's holding up?
Crab, I'm not sure it's the same name. I don't think it looks like the crab I know. Cram or something, I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. So I don't know.
He needs a haircut for sure.
I don't think it's the same one, but doesn't matter. I do everything on Facebook. It's wonderful. Any questions?
I will say you just gave me a huge idea. I've been an instigator about doing projects and matching funds and all that sort of thing. And I'm just looking up right now what my total numbers are. And I'm going to be talking to Amanda and telling her she can use those points to match with anybody for funding any project she's going to do. Great idea.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those recognition points are like gold. I mean,
I've got like 6,200 points right now. So
reward people,
yeah.
It's wonderful.
George, can you see this?
Rick, yeah, I already had mine.
I don't think you can hear me.
Okay, what?
Can you see this picture?
Yeah.
That's one you did.
Oh, yeah, I noticed the frame. I can't see the picture too well.
I think Tom needs
paintings are-
pet pictures for a Hava dog, Tom.
My paintings are hanging in 34 countries. It's unbelievable, and I'm not really that good.
Something that's the closest thing I've done to that is fixing up backyard motorcycles, and then what I'm going to turn a profit on that. That's something to contribute to international. So that's what I did last year.
Like I started my motorcycle ride against polio. That was only an idea, and I was I was maybe 1.5 years in the country, and then I was going to the Rotary Club on a padlock dinner to the president of the club, and I said, "Oh, I would like to do something, you know." And she said, "Yeah, do it only, you know." So and then this grows, and now I did it 4 years, and this year we stopped it because of the pandemic, but. I think sometimes it's only, you know, I never thought that I would do something like that. It's sometimes only, you know, try it. And what can happen in the baddest thing? Nothing, really. My head is still on my neck, so.
George, I got a question for you. Where in Guatemala were you doing your oven projects and water projects?
I'm sorry, where is what?
Where in Guatemala were you doing your projects? I work in Guatemala for my Rotary projects. I'm up near Barrias. Where?
We were working primarily near that big lake, the Lake Asheton.
Lake Atalan? Okay.
That's where, but we did a lot of work all over Guatemala. My club now in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, is probably one of the most active water grant clubs probably in all of Rotary. We probably do 3 or 4 global grants a year, and big ones, $50,000, $60,000. We have a network of people that are willing to support us. We work with a great NGO out of South Carolina called Water Mission, and we do a lot of work primarily now in Peru and in Guatemala. But we're always looking for clubs to either just support us financially, with the idea that maybe somewhere along the line, the club might even want to be the primary partner for their own project. That's okay. Because some clubs are afraid to do it, particularly the first one, because they hear about all these questions about the paperwork is terrible. In our case, paperwork is nothing because we've done so many. It's just a prototype, and you just sign the thing and it's done. So that's, you know, we do a lot of them. And it's so rewarding to be able to do it.
My first foray into Guatemala was a $155,000 3H grant.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I got roped into helping on that one, and that's how I got started down there.
Did you work with Mayan Indians?
Yep, I'm up in the very north country. Actually, we have a health clinic there, I go in and run an annual eye clinic. Okay, you talked about the smoke and stuff. I deal with the pterygium that's generated a lot by that stuff. And I run that annually right now. I'm in my 3rd year or 4th year of running an annual clinic there right now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
How about when you walk into their huts and you don't know how small they are? You bang your head.
You know what's
You still
amazing?
have a bump on my face.
You talk about being dirt poor, and they really are. But what's amazing to me is the things they have that we've lost. Their love of each other, their love of their community, their love of their culture.
Oh,
Amazing.
they're lovely
Absolutely
people.
amazing to me.
Yeah. And they appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They're great, and they appreciate people more than any place else I've been in the world. I've helped out in other places. Their graciousness is amazing. Absolutely amazing there.
I love them. Yep. Yep. Well, you can get my email address from Linda or somebody, and if you're interested in doing a pet portrait, I'd appreciate it. All the money can go back to wherever you want to put it into: water, Alzheimer's, polio, a club project. I don't really care. I just like painting, and I like to help out clubs to raise money.
Where are you in Florida, George?
I'm in Florida,
Yeah, where in Florida?
Sarasota.
Sarasota. Okay.
I grew up in New Jersey.
Actually, in Florida, George.
Pardon me?
We have several members in Florida.
Mhm.
Tom's down in Marco Island, and I forget. Brian just moved. I'm not sure where he was. He was in Miami, but he's moved now to somewhere else.
He's moved. No, he's now in Winter Haven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
I
Tom.
used
Jerry.
to
I'm now
winter
getting
in
ready
the
to
Sarasota
walk
area
off the
and made up at the Sarasota Sunrise quite a bit.
Okay. Okay, we're in Lakewood Ranch, which is a little bit northeast of Sarasota. Yeah.
Tom, did you hear that we think that Hava Dog needs one of his pet pictures?
Am I unmuted?
There you go. Hava Dog needs one of those
I
pet.
was just telling you, I was getting ready. I got a leash in hand and I'm getting ready to walk Hava Dog.
Hava Dog needs his
Come
portrait.
on, I'll make him famous. I'll put him on Facebook, and thousands and thousands of people will see him.
George, Linda posted your web page, and I posted your Facebook page, and I sent you a Facebook friend request.
There you go. Look who's here.
Oh yeah.
It's the Hava Dog.
Let me show you. Let me show you Baxter. Hold on.
Yes. Oh boy, she says, I'm ready to go out. I need to be put down. I need my leash and I need to get my little leglets busy.
Oh, he looks like Baxter.
Wow, they're
Oh.
identical.
There's Baxter.
George,
Very,
is
very,
Baxter,
very like
Havanese?
similarities. So,
Is Baxter Havanese too, George?
What's that?
Is Baxter Havanese too?
No, Baxter's a Shih Tzu.
A sheepoo.
Shih Tzu and Poodle.
Shih Tzu poodle.
And he's a year and a half, and he still poos in the house.
Well, just keep having patience.
Hey, George, have you ever painted a yellow motorcycle Goldwing?
I haven't painted a motorcycle. I did paint it one time. A guy that was a famous car driver in races, and he was raising a lot of money for Rotary, and I painted him in his car. But I'll do anything. I don't care.
Terry, would you have a Goldwing you wanted painted yellow? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure I could stand up on a Goldwing.
George, he was poking at me. I ride a bright yellow Goldwing.
Well, yeah, my daughter has one, and she looks like she has a lot of fun. You have to wear helmets.
Is she a Rotarian?
No,
Does she want a good club to belong to?
I don't think she would be that kind of, she would be interested, but I'll tell her about it.
We're a great
Yeah,
club.
I'm sure she will, because everybody here is, the passion is motorcycle, you know, and we are all over the place. So that was my reason to come in, was the reason that it's a motorcycle club, you know.
Wonderful. Mhm.
John posted my picture on his background image.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you want to be my friend on Facebook, just send me an invitation. I'd love that.
Keep in mind, George, none of us were interested in Rotary before we joined.
That's true.
Mhm.
Not quite true. I was an exchange student. That got me started.
I was retired, so I had no desire for networking. I didn't care about that. I just wanted to meet people. I was in a new town, small town, and I played golf with a guy. And I asked him, and he said, "Well, how about Rotary?" I said, "Okay." So he gave me an application. About 3 weeks later, I said, "What happened? Where's the application? You can't blackball me. You don't even know me." And he said, "Oh, we're working on it." And finally, I got in. But it's changed my life. I wish I had joined it when I was 25 years old.
I see we have another BMW 1200 rider.
David. It's David.
George, is there a particular project that you were a part of that really stands out in your mind as memorable?
Well, I think the time I went to Guatemala, it wasn't water, it was installing stoves and seeing,
Yeah, that first time.
seeing those people for the first time and see how appreciative it was. And we knew we were changing lives. We were saving lives. Yeah, it changed my life. It's just a wonderful experience.
It's funny, I feel the same.
If you can get an opportunity to go on a volunteer trip, that's even wonderful. That's fantastic. That will really make you a great Rotarian. Just go on one of them.
My next planned trip, guys, to Guatemala is May 2021.
Yep. It changes your life, right? It does.
Forever.
Mhm.
Clearly, that's going to be before Taipei. Jerry?
Hmm?
Jerry, that's going to be before Taipei?
Taipei is when? What time of the year?
I think it's the second week of June.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, it's
It'll be the second week of May. You coming with me this time, John?
Maybe.
I might go with you to India in January if you let me know.
Well, it depends. I got to see if Nancy's putting together anything that quickly.
Let me know.
All right.
I'm also looking to go to Kenya in January if that happens.
I could go to Kenya. Speaking of Africa, I'm already signed up for the Cross India trip.
You signed up?
I did.
Cool.
Cross
I
India.
would do so much more, but you know, Christopher is not, my husband is not, it's that times from the company, he cannot go that way, and he's a little bit more the safe guy, you know, so.
But you got your brothers that would go with you. You don't need him.
Yeah, ask him. He would need me, I think. It's always hard for him when I'm going to Europe for 4 weeks, you know, so.
Then have you
Or
heard
maybe
about
what we need to look at,
Excuse me?
maybe we need to look at something domestic this year.
Yeah, that would be good.
There are plenty of people in Appalachia who could use help.
One of my classmates put together a global grant to buy a mobile medical unit for Appalachia.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I don't know who he got, but you know, getting partners, by the way, they just changed the partnership requirement. It's no longer 30% of the total. I think it's now 15%. And that's just as of, I think, today.
Mhm. Oh, but George, do you know a guy he calls Wayne Bombier? He's in the disaster aid team from Rotary. Do you know him?
You talking to me?
Yes,
Who was it?
Wayne Bombier.
Wayne?
Bombier. He's in the disaster aid team, and he was a speaker a couple of weeks ago, and he was also telling something over. This is what came up in my head when you talked over the water project, because he is with the disaster aid. He's filtering water that you can drink it. I think that would be also a good idea for Guatemala.
By the way, I was telling Linda, when I was in Oregon, in this small little town, one of the members was one of the two people that started e-clubs in Rotary. And it started in Denver. And he was one of the two guys. He told us stories about how hard it was. Rotary fought him for years that they didn't want to do it. And finally they did it, and now it's wonderful. And he's still there.
Because of the membership, I think this was a big thing as well. You know, you have to bring the members in, and not everybody have the time to go every week at the same place to a certain time somewhere, right?
I don't know why Rotary fought it. It was just a wonderful idea.
And now you see the interesting thing now, everybody starts with Zoom. And I remember telling us something, and we said, oh, this is our weekly business, because we're talking only over Zoom, you know? So for us, it was not a big thing.
There is discussions at Rotary International about possibly starting an e-district clubs, which would be an amazing thing.
Yeah, that would be.
But it gives you the opportunity. This is what I like, you know, when you are in an e-club, I can join the e-club. We can make everything happen what we want, but we also can bring it, like, you know, we can bring it out to the districts on a different way. And this is also very nice, because you can participate in the district as well.
On your phone, you can show you. We were talking that way.
Yeah, it shows up.
It shows up, yeah, because if you call Messenger, I have a message.
Who was that?
I think that was Clark.
Tom is pretty busy.
Anybody else have questions for George?
No, but thank you, George, for it was very interesting.
Pleasure, yeah. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. I hope it was, you got something out of it, and just take action on your dreams. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, George. That's actually that's a great way for us to kick off the year, guys. It's July 1st. We've got stuff to do. And my way of saying do it right now is I need to wait till next week. So I'll reiterate, I would like to have a board meeting next Wednesday after the meeting.
Congratulations.
Us on the board.
Welcome, Mrs. President.
Thanks, guys. I was hoping to have my poop in a group a little bit more when we had this meeting. Life gets in the way sometimes. Nope, life doesn't get in the way. Life affords you a chance to adapt to change. That's what happens.
There you go.
This is me. This is me adapting to change while running over the rumble strips. I have to tell you guys, we've got, we're headed mountain biking is why we're going to Colorado, and I've got all the bikes on the back. I have this beautiful bike rack that swings out so you can open the tailgate. And Maggie, where were we? We were in West Virginia when I hit a bump and it broke and swung open this afternoon or this morning. So it was terrifying. Like I said, adapt to change. Semper Gumby. That's what we used to say in the Army. Always flexible.
But you made it.
Amanda,
We did.
So
are you gonna ride up the mountain since you can't take the lifts?
You can't take the gondola. I know you saw my post, huh? I'm trying to have a positive attitude about the fact that I'm probably not going to do nearly as much bike riding as I intended. The best part actually is that because of everybody discovering their bikes while the gyms were closed, The bike shops were all backed up about 4 weeks. So my mountain bike is sitting in my garage in Virginia with a broken front suspension. So I will be renting a bike. And it was all part of my master plan to get a full suspension bike for the week. That's actually what's happening. So
When do you come back to Virginia, Amanda?
I'll be back on the 13th.
Do you, I've got a couple things for your board meeting, Amanda, so I'll try to remember to send you an email later.
Is it the same things that you had sent previously?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and I need to go through my emails and capture all the things that have been sent. There are quite a few things that are popping up
Don't be afraid to ask.
that we need to just address. Lots of logistics.
Don't be afraid to ask if you need
Thanks.
more input.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, we've got quite a few things to just tick off to get the year kicked off next week. I will ask you guys again if there's anything in particular that you would like to see done differently or something that you've really enjoyed. Let me know, either via email or you can reach out to me. A lot of us are friends on Facebook, and just let me know. So, you know, if there's something you really like, I don't want to change it. And if there's something that you're not quite enjoying as much as you think you could, let me know so that we can change it, or we can at least look at ways that we can tweak things to make them more enjoyable. And that includes some ideas for projects, because we didn't get any project ideas or requests from anybody when the district grants were up for grabs. So there's something that's kind of in the back of your mind and hey, maybe we could try to do, we'd like to hear that as well.
It being Canada Day, Amanda, I would prefer it if you said project.
Projects. If there's any projects, I will, don't apologize. Don't say sorry for not bringing them to me earlier. We can definitely still address them. It is Canada Day. My daughter just told me it was Canada Day, and like she had no idea. And I take her.
Bad connection.
She's using up all of her internet.
She's going to the middle of nowhere, I think, in West Virginia, right?
That's how you know it's vacation. You
Indiana.
can't get LTE anymore.
Yep.
It's the middle of nowhere, right?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I passed that too, because on the way from Texas to New Jersey, you know, or New York, up there, we exactly go this way as well. It's beautiful, but it's lonely. It's really lonely. Wow, look at this, middle of nowhere, exactly.
And that project note we were talking about before, have any of you heard of any Rotary projects where they need you to go someplace and fix up old motorcycles?
But this is not a bad idea, actually. We have from the BMW club in Houston, it's the oldest club, I think, in North America from BMW. They make every year, they make something like a tech day, you know, where you can come in, change oil, change tires or whatever. But we are not close enough together, you know, this is a problem.
Yeah, the Airheads Club here has some tech days I've been to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a funny thing. It's like, it's not necessarily my preferred style of motorcycle, you know, the sport tour compared to these old Airheads, but
yeah.
all these old guys who know all this stuff about the bikes, it's like, they're actually pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we have that too, and they're coming with the old timers as well, with the interesting things, you know. So it's hard to make, you know, when you have this e-club. So I think this is my problem as well when I think about a project, is really how we can do that over the whole country, you know. I would have one, you know, because of this stupid vaccine. I have an idea maybe, so I'm working on this right now, but it's hard to make over the, you know, when one is sitting here, one there, you know, it's a little bit hard to organize everything and how we can spread it. So
yeah, it's still odd to me that the one time I've been to a motorcycling event with Rotary was over in Europe, because that was easier to get to than meeting up with you folks. It's a strange irony there.
Yeah, you're right.
I really think we should have a yearly event. Even if it's just 3 of us,
Like a rally, yeah.
Yeah, just a yearly rally of some sort. And,
Yeah.
Amanda, that'd be something for you guys to talk about in your board meeting, because that would be a great legacy to start for our club, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a matter of doing one. And there's no right way or wrong way. It's just a matter of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And by the way, Jerry, Chris told me about you said with an assistant. I'm still an assistant, you know. Why are you asking him about that?
Yeah, but I'm looking at spreading things out for a number of reasons. To grow our organization and plus make it more beneficial for everybody.
Yeah. He told me, and I said, I have this position already with no position, you know. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I think this is we need a little bit more input in that. So I can do really something up here, no problem, and I can organize you another rally, also not a problem. But we really have to find something what is a little bit more in the middle, for example. Yeah.
Actually, our IFMR organization really needs more female leadership.
Okay. Message. That was a message. Of course. Yeah.
There's a future for you after you're our president.
I know. Yeah. So I have an idea with a challenge. It's a challenge. Actually, the women club, the women motorcycle club in Houston brought that up, and I think it's a very nice idea. It says it's you're going out riding, have fun, and you can register and participate on a A to C challenge for 2020. It says you have to go to towns, cities and towns. The name begin with each letter of the alphabet. Do you know that, Jerry? No? So for example, Arcola, Brenham, Cleveland. So you have to make a picture of that when you stay there. And when you was riding to each of the, from A to C, to Z, right? When you go to all this town, you can participate on a rally. This is something you can make in every country, so in every state, I think. So that would be a little bit, we have to look how we can make it, but I think this is a good idea to get the people in and get them something. It doesn't matter in which country it is, in, you know, Texas or in whatever. So I think it's a good thing to make something.
So some universal remote rally?
No, this is something what the ladies did here in Houston to make something, you know, special for the members, and that you really plan in a certain time. This is here is ending in November, that you have to make all this from A to Z, all the towns with the names. So for example, Alvin, B is Brenham, C is somewhere in Cleveland, that's around. So you have to go there, make a picture and save the pictures and the towns for sure, and send it in. So, and at the end, you get a prize or whatever. So something, a challenge like that. And make it like a race to make money, you know, that they can sponsor them. And on this way, we could get money in. So this is an idea what I thought about it, maybe, because we can do it everywhere. It's not only in Texas, it's everywhere.
Can anybody join the challenge?
The what?
Can anybody join the challenge?
Here's only ladies, I'm sorry.
I got the hair.
No, but when we do it for us, I thought it's a good idea for us, for our club to do that, you know? So it's a nice idea.
Rory,
It's like the IBA.
a ride to Waterloo.
You see?
We get,
I think it's
sorry.
it's actually to Zilwaukee, Jerry.
No, there's
I
a
think-
Waterloo in about every state, including Ontario.
I was going to say, I'm just joining in here, not a member. I'm a rider, I'm a Rotarian. But I was thinking on that challenge, it's kind of neat. And maybe we all throw in $20 on a 50-50, have 50% of the winnings go to the person that gets all 26 towns first.
Good idea.
And 50% goes to a Rotary project, whether it's polio or whatever.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you.
It's like a virtual poker run or something like that, but localized for each.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea.
Me too. Very interesting.
I just don't know of any place that starts with Z. That's my problem, or Z, I guess.
We have to check that.
Make sure that's part of your board meeting next week when you're involved there. Ute, that'd be great. Thanks.
Guess you figured out where I'm from when I said Z and.
I guess my question, Clark, is if you're a motorcyclist, then why aren't you a member of the club?
Yes. I cannot hear you.
You're muted, Clark.
Most people like it that way. What I was saying is I'm the secretary of our regular Terra Club, and I run about 3 projects for them, including one of the largest fundraisers in our group. And then I work 9 to 8 most days, and I have a family. So I haven't joined this group yet.
Half of our club members are associate members, and they stay members of the regular Rotary Club. Half of us are actual members of the club.
Yeah.
And Clark, I think this is the second time. This is the second time you've joined us, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you a member?
Where are you?
Go ahead, Amanda.
Sorry, I was just going to ask what your Terra Club is and what district.
I'm a Rotary Club of Halifax Harborside in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. We are currently 7820. We're amalgamating with the next door, who are 7810. So we will be 7815 maybe today. I don't know.
Cool. We have somebody else from Nova Scotia. Who's up in the Maritimes? You've got one other person, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of you, Clark. It might be that I'm thinking of you from last time you joined us.
Yeah.
You're not talking to
About
Bruce.
10 or 11 years, Clark, but there was a zone meeting in Halifax and I participated in.
Yeah.
Are you a member of the IFMR?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'm actually ride guide for the Atlantic.
What are you riding?
BMW K 1200 LT, and I have an K 1100 LT as well.
Great.
We have a number of BMW riders.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Tom in Florida. I have the same bike, K 1200 LT.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, if I can get back across the border sometime.
Well, Halifax, gorgeous area.
Yeah.
I never was there.
Is there a city? Is there a city that begins with a Z? We can all come.
Yeah, that's the end of the challenge, right?
Yes.
There's at least 11.
Oh, you find it out right now.
Wait, I put it on the group chat.
Oh.
Linda,
Right.
Linda added one. Hey, Ute, do these towns have to be in order, alphabetical order?
Yes, but not at the end. You have to show it later, but it's doesn't matter how you write it at the end. You know, it don't have to be. You first have to get to A and then to B. That doesn't matter. You have to visit at the end from all of the letters.
Okay, I'm starting with Zealand.
Michigan's got this one covered.
But we,
Zealand,
Washington. That's true. W is for Washington, yeah. And Waterloo.
Yeah, everybody come to Washington, D.C.
So
come visit. I've got we've got V's and W's all over the place.
Hey, Jerry, we got you covered.
Where's Terry? Terry's moving. He's not here anymore, right? He says goodbye.
He had to leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're running a little late. Do we want to 4-ways test? And I have no problem if you guys want to keep it open. Oh no, I guess that's not my choice since Linda's the one who's logged in as an admin.
I can go out at any point I want.
Oh, and I think I'm losing you. So can.
But it looks like we have a new idea. That's not bad.
Huh.
Right? So, and then we make the specials. We make a special in California and going to Scott. We make a special to Virginia and going to Keith, right? So on this way you can make it very
Let's see. Who can we pick on to do the 4-way test tonight? Let's see.
I'll jump us up. It's right in front of my
Thank you.
desk.
I appreciate
All right.
that.
A 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1, is it the truth? 2,
Is it
fair to all concerned?
Fair to all concerned.
3, will it build goodwill and better
Build
friendships?
goodwill and better friendships.
4, will it be beneficial to all
Beneficial to
concerned?
all concerned.
And 5, will it be?
Will it be fun?
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay, see you all next
Appreciate
week.
it.
We'll see you.
Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. Happy
Bye.
4th.